Here we are. Welcome, everybody. Wait, let me. Wait. What if I do this again? Nah, just kidding. Here we are. Truth be told, I was trying to see if this was working properly. For streams, we have to make sure of these things. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, David Costa, right here. And yeah, welcome. Today, I can't believe this, but I actually managed to get the Easter Bunny to agree to come on the show. I'm very excited about it. I can't believe one of my lifelong idols has agreed to come on the show. So everybody, if you would join me in welcoming the Easter Bunny. Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Easter Bunny. I don't even know. It's such an honor to have you here. Welcome. I like to hear all about your career. I don't know if you have any trade secrets or anything, or how you even lay eggs, but welcome.
Well, hello. Nice to meet you, Victor. I'm also a big fan of yours, so thank you for having me.
The pleasure is all mine, believe me. So yeah, so when did
Also,
you
I'm not
did?
a mister, okay?
Oh, you're a Miss Sister Bunny. Of course, my apologies. So when did you decide that you wanted to start laying chocolate eggs?
Well, chocolate is great, so why not, right? Why not?
I see. Okay. So let me just. Oh my God! It was you all along. Hello, everybody.
Indeed.
This is Maria. My, besides my daughter, she is the most important person in my world. So, everybody, a big shout out, applause right here. Right.
When I said, please, Victor, don't ask me to introduce myself, I didn't mean go ahead and introduce myself in such a personal way. you know, you could just say,
Oh,
hi,
okay.
this is Marie.
Hey, this is
But
Maria.
yeah,
She's a professional
also,
Portuguese liver. Liver. Okay, that's a body part. No, she you know. She, okay, this is fun. Right.
no,
Haha.
but
We were hoping
actually,
Maria would be
Victor,
here
let me
today.
tell you, the first time you want me to show up here, you make me do this.
Of
So
course,
thank
of
you
course.
for
Let's dive
embarrassing
in
me
head first,
in the first minute. That's what I need. Thank you.
break the neck, snap it back in place, and we're good. So yeah, we are here today. One of the most special guests I had. I thought there's Oyster Bunny after all, but we, since we've lived here in Portugal all of our lives and went through Easter, we thought we would share with you guys like some of our Easter traditions, like how Easter works here, the stuff that we do. And actually, I'm also looking forward to it because I wonder how much of what we did, like in my side of the family on Easter, um, differs from how you usually did it. Does that make sense?
It does. Actually, we were talking about this yesterday, and I think we never really spoke about it. We just lived together through Easter. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know much about what you did in your childhood in Easter. And we realized that it is different. From Barcelos to Ponte de Lima, it's different.
Yes. And also I went to Galego Santa Maria, which is also part of Barcelos and all of these things. And I'm guessing that each family has a little bit of their own little inside traditions. So yeah, actually, one thing I thought would be interesting. We were collecting some pictures yesterday that we can show people here. So let me. Where do I share the screen? There we go. Share
Learning all the way.
slides. What is this? Slides. Your computer. Oh, this is neat. Hey,
See,
Mary.
this is the part we differ.
Indeed.
I
So
would prepare this in advance.
there we go. Yeah, but here they are. So
Great.
here is like a flower carpet. You can't really see it very well. Wait, can I do this? No, that's not how it works. Okay. So
But we have an idea, so I think it's okay. People can
yeah.
see it
So basically, what happens is that a person with a cross will leave the church, right? The priest and a group of people, and they will go around, ringing the bell, signaling that they are approaching, and then they will enter people's homes for people to kiss the cross.
with permission.
Absolutely. And so the way they, this is an example of some of the crosses that are used, and the way they can tell which homes are accepting of the cross is they'll have these flower carpets. So this is an example of just an indication, right? But some can be a lot more elaborate. So this one is a simple one, just a few petals and leaves. But some people really make really detailed and really fancy carpets like this. In fact, I think we had like whole streets where people, it wasn't even just to signal where to take the cross, but they were actually just street decorations, and nobody would walk on those streets or drive on those streets for the whole day or maybe weekend.
Yeah.
Did you have that here?
Yes, we do. And one important part of that, and this show is mainly for expats, right? So one important thing is that if you see a flower carpet in someone's house, you should not step on it. The first person to do it, or people, are the group of Compasso Pascal, so the priest that goes with the cross, or a representative. It's not always the priest, not anymore, because there are too many houses.
Yeah.
No, it's just one day or two. So the first ones to step on those flowers is the priest and those people that go with the cross.
Yeah, exactly. There are some various groups that just leave the same church, and they each have their own zones and areas and all of that. Oh, and in some homes, so this is a small one. We couldn't really find a big one, or and we didn't, take a picture ourselves. But you also often see, in the walls and gates of some homes, you see like a big cross with a purple sash on top to also signify the resurrection, right?
Correct. Yep.
So I don't really remember seeing these as much in back where I grew. And were they common here?
Well, they were, but this year I've seen it a lot more. Now I don't know if it's because in the previous 2 years, we didn't really have Easter, right, because of COVID, and I think people really miss parties and celebrating, because a few years ago we had Easter, but I think we took it for granted, like most of the things. And this
Yeah.
year we are going all in. And for us, of course, we have Bianca, and it's her first real Easter. So it's really special for us. And I think we are paying attention more to everything that involves,
Oh yes, yes,
that
yes.
Easter involves. Yeah.
And when it was Christmas, I also started feeling that Christmas magic again, because not now we have a child, right? And so we
I
live
know,
things
Victor.
all
I know
over.
we have a child. Thank you.
Thank you for that, by the way. So speaking of children, one thing they really love are sweets, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know how common these are in other countries, but we have these, sugary drops. They're very hard. Sometimes they're chocolate, so not as hard. Typically with an almond on the middle, and that's why we call them amêndoas, which literally means almond. And also we have these typical Easter caramels that are basically just a block of really hard, solid caramel that I seem to remember when I was a kid. I always liked these ones, but they were always uncomfortable to eat, and they didn't even taste great. So I wonder,
Yeah.
why?
So to be honest, Victor, this year I want to try one just to remember. I know that they were a bit disgusting, but They were delicious. Back
Oh,
then,
we should try and make some. We should try and make some.
not sure it's worth the effort, but
Maybe
but we can
looking
try
at
if
it,
you
it's
want to
probably
make
sugar.
an activity.
Maybe a bit of water. No, maybe not so much water. Maybe butter. No, then they wouldn't be as hard. I think. I don't know. We can experiment.
Yeah.
And apparently, there is one thing here that I don't think I ever saw in Barcelos or Galego Santa Maria or whatever it was, where I think
So
you
I
call it
think,
the Judas, right?
yeah, that's it. That's it. So I think this is the part that we actually realized that it is very different from my experience to your experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because here in Correia and Ponte de Lima, we have Judas. And basically, I don't know how this will be perceived. And please tell us in the comments what you think about this.
Nice call to action.
Basically, what happens here, and I'm looking forward to see if this year someone will do it because it takes a lot of work. But during the year, many things happen. People live their lives, and sometimes there are situations that are embarrassing, or I don't know, someone falls, or someone has a drinking problem, which is not fun, but it leads to funny moments sometimes. And what happens here in Easter is that people create this Judas, like we see in the
Mhm.
picture, where basically they are playing with a situation that happened. And in Easter, we will have a lot of these figures. People create them, and then they explode it. And it is tradition for people to go, through the village and see where they are and try to understand who they are. Um, yeah, so it's fun. No one really gets upset about anything. Okay, so it's just playing around, especially with family members or friends. So it's a funny thing. It's yeah. Tell me what
and,
you
it,
think.
and you said they exploded,
Yes, yes,
like boom.
like boom, yeah, and everyone gathers to after the cross goes to the house, and if there is a Judas in that particular place, they explode it after the priest goes, and after people eat, people gather and they see it
Oh, I
explode,
see.
usually from a safe place. Yeah.
So, in other words, Easter here in Ponte de Lima, which now that I think about it, I pretty much live here since the whole COVID thing was starting. So I never really gone through a Easter here. Basically, it's like you would hear bells ring a ding a ding a ding a ding. People they would go inside a house,
hmm
and then you just hear an explosion, and then ring a ding again.
well, not exactly. So if you want to go with that line, so what happens is, um people gather, they wait for the cross. The cross comes to the house, and if you want, we can talk a little bit about what happens inside the house with the cross afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you know they bless the house. That's what the priest is there to do, is to bless the house and the people that live in them, and everyone that is there. Then
All
the priest
right.
usually, because it's too
Usually.
many houses, so I'm sure that the priest doesn't eat in all of them, or maybe he tries to, but he will get full. But usually he is the first one that also has the right to eat what is on the table ready. So after the house is blessed, they go away, they go to the next house, and then people go and eat. And then, if they have something like that, a Judas, they will explode it. But
Oh
first we
yeah,
eat.
we didn't even mention that, did we? Actually, let me share the screen here again. I think it's this one. Yeah. So kind of like at least here, maybe not the best example, but typically here in Portugal, when it's Easter time, like the tables, like the whole entrance area will be prepared, for the priest to come in, right? And so there will be like a table with lots of plates and snacks and cakes and sweets and all of these things, and nobody is kind of allowed to touch it, right?
Yeah, so usually kids
Only
are like,
after the
okay,
priest goes away. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
am seeing candy, but I cannot touch it.
And,
Otherwise,
and so it's like that through every house that the priest goes through, right? So they sometimes, grab, I don't know, a small cake or whatever just to eat something, and then they go somewhere else. And yeah, we didn't even really explain how the whole thing happens, right? So when the priest arrives, you'll hear the bells, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, they're coming! They're coming! They're coming!" Everybody inside, and so everybody gets like in order. They do like a circle all around the table, around the house, and then the priest comes
around
in.
the living room,
Yeah.
usually.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Yes.
And then the priest will come in and say, "Paz desta casa e a todos que nela moram," and everybody says, "Hallelujah, hallelujah," and then he grabs like a bucket of holy water and one of those metal things, and he just splashes everything.
So I think you should translate the part of paz nesta casa e em todos que nela habitam. Aleluia, aleluia.
Oh, did
Right?
they say habitam here?
Yes.
Oh, they said moram in Barcelos.
Em Ponte Lima is habitam. Paz nesta casa em todos que
Interesting.
nela habitam.
Interesting.
Aleluia, aleluia.
Thank you,
So,
Easter Bunny. I learned something today.
You always learn a lot with me.
I do. My life wouldn't be where it is right now if not for you. Anyway, that's not why people are here.
Karen is saying there, the Juda is also traditional in Central America for the New Year.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a different time of the year. Yep.
So it's kind of like a YouTube recap thing, right? Where they just do like a recap of the biggest events that happened during the year, or like some particular scenario that someone did, and then they mock that, and then boom, okay, new year, I guess. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and also it makes sense in Easter because Easter is all about renewing energies, people clean the house, spring clean.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Blessing the house, starting new. So for us, Easter also has that meaning.
Oh yeah.
And just to add to the conversation about what is different between Barcelos and Ponte de Lima, we have Judas and we also have o Testamento.
Testamento?
Right? Yes. So what happens still in mocking people? That's what we do. Now I realize it. But it's not mocking. Actually, it's laughing at ourselves, right? And trying to change and be better. That's it. But what happens is that random people, anonymous people, usually write some poems about the people in the village. So yeah, so in the same sense of playing with them.
Wait, is that the thing we were helping your dad do like a few years ago?
As I said, it's anonymous, but yes, my father really is really good actually in writing, and he likes to write those type of poems, but he never actually does anything with them. He just writes and then just leave them. But yeah, it's a funny story.
There were a lot of trumps the year he got the like. Oh, I bet. But let's maybe not go there because we all know what happens when we mention the Orange Man. Yeah. So.
But yeah, so just to finish my thought process. So we write poems about people in the village, random people, again, things that happened during the year, and then anonymously, again, people spread them around town. They print it, post it, and then again, when people are going from house to house or place to place, they see that there is a poem there, they go and read it, and then we try to figure out they are talking about. Also a little bit of gossip now that I realize as well. But it's fun because we are making fun of ourselves, and again, I don't know anyone that's that felt offended, but again, many people involved, so maybe that happened. But usually it's all fun and games.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, these celebrations are for us all to have a good time, to celebrate life, and to keep on going.
Yeah. So
Um,
actually, one time, me and my family were in one of those. So we
oh,
were reading like, okay, okay, this is fun, and then all of a sudden,
who are these a-holes?
yeah, basically, it was one time that we went to a wedding, and we were little, okay, but so kids, but we
Right,
went to a wedding, a family wedding, and at the end of the
19-year-old
wedding,
maybe.
sorry, can you repeat?
19-year-old maybe. Just a 19-year-old kid.
Well, I'm still a kid, right? Um,
A kid with a
but yeah,
kid.
so we were there because we went to a wedding. So usually, also in Portugal weddings, it's all about food. Everything is about food here.
Now that
So
you mention it, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
true. It's people and
That's why
food.
we're
People and
together. No,
food.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Although
Yeah. So
I do cook very well,
you
and you
do.
too.
You do.
You too. You too. It's actually
Yeah.
one thing I don't understand. It's like even if you
Jeans.
don't try, your food is delicious. Anyway,
Jeans.
go on,
That
go
is a
on.
different. If you want to invite me again, we can talk about it.
Okay,
Um.
let's talk about
So
Portuguese food next time.
yeah. Yeah. It's a good topic. Um. So we went to a wedding. Usually there is a lot of food, and then at the end of the wedding, we went with our family and we wanted bread. So we were in the car, three children, starving. At least that's the way that we looked. We were starving at the end of the wedding, and we were eating bread in the car, in the back seat, and they made fun of us because of that.
Oh wow! Like what did they say exactly?
They said like that the wedding was so poor that the guests had to go and buy bread.
Oh, so it was
So
more, but was it your family wedding?
it was not my family; it was a cousin, but
Oh, okay.
it was
But
part
the
of the family.
that
Yeah.
post was about your family's wedding, not you in particular, right?
Yes. If they were mocking anyone, I think they were mocking the wedding
We should
host.
sue. No, just kidding. Portugal isn't very litigious, so that's one of the reasons why people come here too. Just don't bring that into here. Anyway, but we,
Yeah.
you know what? I think we should probably talk about more of the whole process because for us, I think it's obvious, that whole cross thing, but it
Mhm.
might not be in other countries, which I'm actually curious to know if Easter is like this in your countries too, or in America or whatever it is from someone who actually lives there, not just through a Google search, right? But when the cross arrives and everybody is in order and they do, the blessings and the things that they say, and then typically they hand off, the crucifix to the head of the house, and after the head of the house kisses the cross's knees, right? Very sanitary, very COVID friendly, and then the head of the house takes the cross and goes around the living
Really?
room for everybody to kiss, and then they give it back, and then usually also the the people of the house who the owners of the house, they also give an envelope to the priest, as a contribution. I think it's called tithing, right? Or I don't know if it has a different name because it's a different event, but they do that. Oh, and also, I don't know if you did this too, but so when we were kids, so a lot of my family members would make the house ready for the cross, right? And so we knew, okay, the cross leaves the church at around 2 p.m. and then it'll be in this house by 2:05, this one by 2:09, and da ba da ba da. So it will be at our family member by this time, the other family member by this time, this time, and then on the other city at this time, these ones in the morning. And so it was kind of like a competition to see how many crosses we could kiss within a day, right? We would go to one, kiss the cross. Okay, hurry! The cross is going to arrive in like 7 minutes to the other house, and it would take 5 minutes to get there. And so we would rush. We would get in order to kiss the cross. All right, let's go to the next one. We don't even have time for eating.
Yeah, here it was like that too. But here, in my childhood, so our family and friends are all they all live close together.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just go like from this house to this house to this house to we wouldn't travel or anything. We would just go from
Oh.
house to house, try to eat, see what is on the table, eat what we want, and then we usually say hi to the people that live there as well.
I would expect so. Yeah, apparently
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
not typical in California.
But
So how
actually,
is it there in California? How do you usually celebrate
yeah.
Easter? Do you do anything like this? Do you have any direct contact with the priests or crosses or something? But yeah, I think I
And
kissed like 9 crosses in one day because my family, they're all a bit more farther apart. So we would actually travel from Barcelos to Galego Santa Maria to Dijon to Cabanelas, maybe. I don't know. So a bit more around.
so one thing that is different from Barcelos and Ponte de Lima is that here you are talking about giving the cross to the owner of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Here we don't do that. Here
Mm.
is the priest that goes does all the line, all the
Oh,
people,
you're too
and
good
then
for the cross. I'm kidding.
hey, that's deep.
So
No, but
yeah,
yeah, and also one important thing is that when they arrive, that circle of people, we all get in line, right? But the first people to kiss the cross are the people that live in the house, and they are usually the people that are next to the door,
mm-hmm.
so that they are the first ones, and then the rest of the people go and try to put themselves in a place in that circle.
Yeah, exactly. So Vivian says, what about the processions today? Are there some of those in different areas?
Well, they are, but I actually don't have any information right now about it, but we can find it for you, and at the end of
Absolutely,
this
that's the
session we
spirit.
can
I love
tell you.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not very good with human traditions. I mean,
Human.
I'm a human.
So,
I'm a
are
human.
you good with that, like dog traditions? What do you mean? Human
Um,
traditions.
anyway, that's classified information. So let's see. Karen says that
I knew it.
people go to the church. Nothing this because that it is more about egg hunts and Easter bunny. Oh yeah, like
So here, Easter Bunny, I didn't really have that in my childhood. It was about Jesus, about food, about family. But nowadays, yes, for us, it's also about Easter bunnies and chocolate. But we didn't have egg hunts. We didn't
mhm.
have that. Actually, I was thinking that that would be nice for Bianca. Well, we want to have fun with this, right? So we could also do that, but I'm sure she will have a lot of chocolate anyway.
Yeah, the one thing that now that you mention it, Karen, is that I remember when I was a kid and watching like Cartoon Network or these movies or cartoons based in America, that they would always do these egg hunts and sometimes they had toys hidden inside. I think maybe that's a Russian thing, the toys inside. I don't know. At least in Masha and the Bear that Bianca watches, they do that. But yeah, I see. I see these things about eggs eaten all around, and I don't remember doing that here in Portugal. Maybe it's my family or where I lived or something. But it seems like a fun thing for the kids to do, right? Hide eggs everywhere, and then you just have to scavenge. Oh yeah, and egg coloring. We did that too, at least in one of my grandma's homes. They would always boil tons of eggs and then just paint them.
Yeah.
The most common ones were just eggs painted red, right? Boiled eggs painted red, and that's about it. Did you usually paint eggs here as well?
Here in Ponte de Lima, no, we didn't do that. But maybe it was just my family, right?
You see, because that's the cool thing. We can talk all about how traditions typically are in these places and so on. But I like seeing how each individual family differs, right? Because we
Yeah.
all have our own little things, our own little particularities. Let's see. In Iowa on Easter Sunday, there would be a sunrise service because the women visited the tomb early in the morning. Then the service and large family dinners. Bob. Toys and money in plastic eggs are more common now. When I was a kid, it was hard boiled eggs, chocolate, and gifts in a basket. Oh, one thing we do have here in Portugal, let me just look it up for you guys, is and I apologize if this can be sensitive imagery, but we have this giant
Oh,
Kinder eggs, which they are apparently banned in America for being too dangerous for kids. So if you'd
are
like an
the giant
alternative,
ones also banned in America or just the little ones?
because I think it's about the toys inside, right?
Right.
Because it can be
But the
dangerous for
toys
kids.
inside on
So
the big ones, usually the toys are also bigger, right?
yeah, but sometimes they have small parts. But if you're watching this from America and you'd like, a safer replacement for your kids, maybe buy them a Glock or something. Um, that might be better. So yeah. Oh, this one looks ancient. So these are the
Mm.
Kinder eggs. These are actually not really an Easter thing. You see these all around, right? Oh yeah, plastic eggs are easier. Yes, and the big one. So this is a small one, but the giant one had really big containers, and we had the giant ones when we were kids, and this plastic shell that was inside is obviously larger, and so me and my cousin would pile a bunch of them and do experiments with them right there while we were waiting for the crosses. Oh, this one time we were waiting for the cross to arrive at my cousin's home. And so me and him, we were like, I don't know, 9, 10, 11. And we were on top of a wall, scooching, side to side. It was, I don't know, maybe meter and a half, 2 meters or something in height. And it was full of mud underneath, right? And so I don't know if
Uh-oh.
it's also an Easter thing on other countries, but here in Portugal, when it's Easter, we all get like new clothes and everything, so we look fancy and dapper and look great, for the cross and receive the
So,
blessings and so
so
on.
about that, also it's important to say that it is a tradition to buy new clothes, especially for kids, for the previous Sunday, which is o Domingo de Ramos,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
where people go to church, new clothes, and they bring a little. Usually, it's like, como é que se diz ramo? A branch from an olive
No,
tree.
oh yeah,
That's
that's
too
a
much.
branch. Yes, yes,
It's a
yes,
branch.
yes.
Well, we
Yes.
have one there because my mother went to the church and she blessed that little piece of olive tree and gave it to me. And we are supposed to have it inside the house for the whole year to be blessed. And that is when we have supposedly new clothes, especially
I
kids,
see.
right? And then we use the same clothes on Easter,
Yep,
still new.
yep.
Yeah.
And so what happened was we were in the wall, and then he lost his balance, and he fell like literally like this, face down, split. And I was like, okay, I'll turn back. So I went back because he had to go around, through the neighbor's property and whatever to get back. And I was like, hey, he fell in the mud. And all of a sudden, there's this mud monster going, ah! And the cross was just arriving. You could hear the bells. Like my uncle grabbed him, put him in the shower, cold water, rinsed him off, and oh my god!
Happy Easter!
Indeed, well, it
I
will
can
remain in our
imagine.
memories for
I can
sure.
imagine the panic in the parents' eyes, right? Because their kid that they try so hard to keep him perfect for Jesus, for the priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there all
In
30.
Florida, there were passion play depicting the 3 days of crucifixion and resurrection. Oh yeah, that's probably what I did. So when I was a kid, I know that for several times I also went on a procession. But now that I think about it, it might have been Easter actually. But one time I was dressed like as a soldier. We had these little metal swords, and some would be like princesses and so on. And then there would be these parades with these big flowery and statues on top of Jesus and Mary. Not you,
No,
but the other Mary, right?
no. Well. So you were one
Easter
of those, huh?
outfits.
Usually, when we had those events and someone was pretending to be Jesus with a cross, right? And those kids behind him with those sticks.
Mhm.
So usually those kids actually hurt the person that was Jesus because they were playing, right?
Oh, right. Yeah,
So
I would
that's not
sometimes see
nice.
kids
Would you do
really
that?
get into the
Would you do
character
that
of
as well?
poking the
Were you that
Jesus.
kind of person,
No,
Vitor?
I'm not sure if I was ever the spearman that poked someone else. I think I was
Mm.
always like a princess guard or whatever. I just know that the
Are you
hat was
sure it's
very itchy.
princesses? Because we
I,
were
I, I
talking
don't
about,
even know.
yeah.
I don't even know because I just wanted to dress up back then, and I wasn't really paying too much
Yeah.
attention. There was another procession I went to that I think it might have nothing to do with Easter, but I wore a kilt, so it was probably something else, some other party
Well,
event
we
town
do
thing.
have a lot of that here. Like in every event related with church, there is a procession. So
Yep. Cadbury egg. What's that? Oh. I think I've seen these. Have you ever seen one like this here, Maria?
ooh. Oh no, never.
What is that feeling? Is it like a
Chocolate?
uh,
White chocolate?
it's probably caramel and
Oh,
white chocolate.
you know what? It looks good.
Kind of
How
does.
disgusting? Okay.
Something really turns me off about this. In theory, it seems like it would be amazing, but something makes me feel like my stomach would turn with this. Oh, what? Yeah,
Well, it's
that
just
color
a
kind
matter
of
of
looks a
trying it.
bit low quality. So it seems like maybe one of those slightly cheaper ingredients, and that's maybe what's turning me off. Because if they are high quality ingredients, like goddamn, give me 5 of them. But
You don't ask a lot. Give me 5. 5 of them. Okay.
uh,
Yeah, so
disgusting. Sweet sugar goo. Yeah, it seems like mostly sugar because it's a very cheap ingredient. Vanilla creme inside. Many people love them. They weren't cheap. Oh no, I'm not saying that the egg itself is cheap because this definitely looks like one of those more branded products that would have a slight premium on them. I meant the ingredients on the inside feel a bit on the cheaper side, if that makes sense, right?
I think Vivian was saying they weren't cheap because I said that you are not asking a lot. So if you are asking for 5 of them and they are expensive, then it's expensive.
7.
Right?
Give me 7. So, I had something I wanted to say here that I forgot.
Well, we can just, if you want me
Oh,
to
we have to show them the
sing or something.
Pondola,
Okay.
Maria.
Yes, about food. So, and we can actually share some of them. So this is the traditional pound the law.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yes,
There is
it's
also the moist pound the law.
Oh yes. So this one, depending on how it's done, sometimes it might be a bit dry, but this one, it is filled with gooey egg sweet cream, and this is just you could eat this whole thing by the spoons. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look delicious.
It
Okay,
is delicious. Yeah.
maybe not if you don't know how it tastes,
Yeah.
but
But I'm sure that if anyone goes to a Portuguese house, there will be a pão de ló, at least the normal one, the traditional
yeah,
one
yeah.
without the
At
cream,
least these round ones
which are
that,
also very good.
that are baked in paper. Oh, if you are here in Portugal and you get one of these cakes, you have to try this with a slice of one of our ball cheeses. Remember, Maria, the first time you had this cake with cheese?
Yes. Yeah. Your
One,
family knows how to eat pão de ló.
1 to 10, how would you rate it?
Oh, 11.
Oh my God!
With
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
sold. So yeah, time for a bit of a product
So
placement here, guys. If you'd like to move into here into Portugal,
product
and
placement, but it's not sponsored. Okay.
it's not because it's me. So if you'd like to move into here into Portugal and come here, we'd be happy to have you, show you around, even show you some things. Go to thevitorcosta.com. There are all my contact details and all of the information you need. Give me a call, send me a message on WhatsApp, whatever it is, and we can help you guys get in here. Let me do this too. Look, want us to upgrade
Okay.
our gear, better lighting, and make an actual studio and stuff? You can go to paypal.me/madcow. Which don't change the name. It's like my previous YouTube, name, and that's the PayPal link I created. I'll probably change that soon so it doesn't look as weird. But for now, it's right there because hey, action beats inaction, right?
Correct. Yep.
And you felt that very
So
well today, didn't you?
yeah. But is it over? Are you finishing?
Yeah, perhaps, but just tell me one thing.
Yeah.
Did you survive this live show?
I
here?
survived. So now it's honesty time.
Sure,
No, I was
sure. Go
was
ahead.
really nervous, and when you were talking about this episode, we were talking. I told you you should talk about Easter. This is the time, right? And then we noticed that we have different experiences, and it would be interesting to share. And I'm all for putting myself out there now, out of my comfort zone. And
That
this is
that that,
definitely
that
not
could
my
sound a bit
comfort
weird,
zone.
but sure.
Okay, yes. So this is why I should be in my corner and never be here again. No, but so this for me is going out of my comfort zone, and I know that you are Vitor, and it's very easy for you to embarrass me as well, saying
Of course. What else
so,
is a husband for?
okay, put this mask on, and then we start, and you didn't prepare me for, okay, you have to be Easter Bunny for how long, right? So we didn't prepare anything, and it's not.
How is this holding up?
I don't know, but looks good. So yeah, Vitor, thank you for helping me in this adventure.
Yeah, so after this, you won't feel bad about doing anything else because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I will not watch it. Okay, I did it. It's done. I'm moving on with my life. But I did it, and that's what matters. And Easter, it's all about this, right? Renewing energy, starting again. And I'm doing this right now. So thank you for having me, and I hope we were helpful. I think. Okay, and this is me. I know, I'm a bit negative, but this is me rethinking. I think next time we should definitely organize the ideas better so we can explain things in a more structured way. Okay, so so this is how it starts in the morning, and then people go to church, and then people so I'm more like that. So next time,
Show of hands.
let me organize.
Show of
Let me
hands.
prepare.
How many people are displeased with today's show, and how many think we should definitely have this more structured and clean and A, B, C, D, E? All right.
But I think it was good. Okay, I'm not saying it wasn't. I had a lot of fun. I think again, it's different from Barcelos to Ponte de Lima, and it's always good to share and to have conversations, and it's a good time. So it
And
went
we even
great.
got to talk about cheese.
Yes, we have to. It's Vitor Costa show.
Yes,
Which actually,
absolutely.
let me say here, I love the name. From
From
Coast
Coast to Costa.
I love it.
Thank you. It was a Facebook friend, Nicholas. Maybe we should have him on the show next time. It was fun. The structure is good too. I agree. It's a start. Any start is a good start. Thank you. Yes, it is. And this time it is actually on YouTube. So it's going to start being there. I still haven't uploaded the other Facebook video with Carl Munson onto the YouTube channel. Now, yeah, let's start growing this. Let's start adding value to all of the people who want to learn a bit more about Portugal or just, I don't know, anything related, right? So, everybody, thank you all so much to oh, there's Easter Bunny.
We started like this, we finished like this.
Wait.
It's for the thumbnail if you need it.
Oh, I already have the thumbnail. Ho ho ho.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
I need
also
to approve it.
big shout out to Carl Munson from the Good Morning Portugal show. I wouldn't be here without him today, so thank you, Carl. And yeah, I think that's right. Let me see if I have some quirky, weird thing here to do. Where is the brand? Okay. I have the. No, that doesn't make sense for the ending, does it?
See,
All right.
we need to prepare this. Don't worry, I will handle the back office, Vitor, if you let me lead. You do it, and I organize it for you. No worries.
All right. Yeah. So, everybody, thank you all so very much. And yeah, so Maria, when are you coming home?
Good question. See, you need to prepare. Do you want me to go there and say, haha, I'm here?
Yeah. Pretend like you're far away or something.
Okay, yeah. Actually...
Okay. Wow. I don't know. I don't understand, but she is leaving. So yeah, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. I wonder where Maria is right now because I really have no idea. And yeah, goodbye. Oh my God. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness. Bye. And para an organization.